So we're up here in Bighorn country on Timbergold Trails today in the Hunter Classic, and it's been a while since we've actually gone for a Bighorn hunt. I think the last time was when I was prepping videos for rifle season, so it's been a month and a half or so since we've actually done this, and I don't think we're going to spend the entire time going after them. We'll probably hunt Bighorn for a while up here in the mountains and then head down south for deer and elk, and I'm hoping we can just kind of find something good, and along the way, we're going to talk about the most recent social media posts from the Hunter Classic social accounts because things seem to be getting interesting for this map in particular. Man, how did I not see that? That's actually a good sized ram as well. 130 to 210. That might be a 180. I could hear him walking around, so Bighorn have pretty loud footsteps, so I knew roughly where he was. But I walked past it at like 10 meters apparently. That had really nice looking mass, and I want to say I saw weight up to 115, which is definitely a good sign. We're lucky we even got him the way that went down, but it's at least a 160. He weighs only 100 kg, so I bet he is a 160. Yeah, 168, so not quite what I thought he was when he went running out of there. Guess that's kind of natural for them to look a little bit bigger than they maybe are as they're running away. But pretty good way to start this. For the fact that he actually went down like in this little dip here and we can't get anything even remotely level for a trophy shot, I think we'll take that. And we haven't even gotten to the bridge yet and we already got a pretty good sized one. He's doing his best to avoid giving us a shot opportunity, but we have another one pretty much with the same estimate actually. Just need to get him to actually give us a shot, and I think even if he wants to keep climbing up that hill, we're gonna get one eventually. I don't want to stand up just in case. I think we can now though, just to get our shot off. And I can't tell exactly what he is. It's easier for me to tell from the front or the back, and from the side a lot of the curls look pretty similar. We may have a bit of a run. I'm gonna guess he slid all the way down. So wherever he ends up, eventually we'll get the score on him. And it's really not much easier to tell when they're laying upside down. So this guy's 109 kg. 168 again. Alright, I'm surprised at that weight actually. I think we did a weight comp the last time we hunted these things, and none of them we got were that heavy, so figures when we're not doing the comp we find a good size one. I don't know if maybe it's the angle, but that actually looks like, once again, maybe a 160s ram. Estimate says 130 to 210, and the weight is definitely one that could be like around 160 again. I don't think that's anywhere near 180, but we'll try to take him out. I guess we're a little too high there and got shoulder blade. I think he'll probably go down pretty quick. He might also stop and give us another shot. That'll do a little better. He does look good from the front, so I'm confident he's 160 plus anyway. But since we actually got a far shot finally, we can actually talk a bit as we run up there about the social media post that I mentioned. And we're not going to get too much into this, but the basics are, we have this image here, and there's a post that goes along with it that basically says that, like, one of the sheriffs that is, like, one of the characters for the game was patrolling Timbergold Trails, and he heard a call that he'd never heard before, and they described it as blood curdling. And then we have this image, which, if we zoom in, does look a lot like a mountain lion, and I'm not going to pretend I'm discovering something here. A lot of people had suggested that long before I even saw the post. But that would be a really cool addition to this map, and if you look, the place that the screenshot was taken is definitely up here in the mountains, like where we're hunting Bighorn. And that would be just a great addition up here, because it's pretty empty. There's Bighorn, and then there's the occasional flock of whitetail ptarmigans, so getting the addition of mountain lions could be huge, and I can't see what else that would be. But without more information, I don't think we're going to spend too much time kind of dwelling on that. I imagine that's what it is, but EW has had a history of trying to disguise their hints, so I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. But I will say, I would love if that's what they ended up doing for this map. But let's see here. That was a shoulder blade shot, and that was yet another 160 RAM at 162. Not too bad. We're doing pretty good as far as size for them so far. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that in case you guys haven't seen it. And hopefully there's more information coming out on that in the near future, because if that is mountain lions and that's what they're getting at, I think we're going to be spending a lot of time up here in the mountains of Timbergold. I mean, this is just kind of a free opportunity here. That was actually a pretty nice weight estimate. Hello. There were more here than I was aware of, but I think we got maybe 4 now, which would actually quite help the overall numbers. 368 is pretty low. I think they get up to close to 470. If it says 0.5 kg on one of these, we know we got a good one. I don't know where the others went down at. There's one there. That's another just at 0.4 and 380. They've all been pretty low, actually. And the last one, we shot kind of farther away. Looks like it's down right in here. That was a pretty nice little bonus. I'm still trying to get to 100 total whitetail ptarmigan, and they're not super common. That's actually a pretty good one at 430. So anytime we get an opportunity to take out that many, I'll take that any day. Man, that's another really good looking bighorn out there. I think both of those estimates are max. I don't know how far away that is. 326, so we gotta get this shot off pretty quick. I don't want him walking out of render on us and just disappearing. I'm not even sure where to aim for this. And I don't know if we can hit him when he's phasing through the ground. Okay, we definitely hit him. And immediately, he was gone. So we gotta mark that, just so we know where to pick up his track. So had we waited, and he took a few more steps just walking, we'd have lost him. But that's gotta be like another 160 plus. You could see just those horns were the same general shape. I'm actually quite impressed with the 764, because he didn't really run that far on a body hit at that range. But he pretty much looks like our other ones. 107 weight and 188. That is the biggest bighorn I've ever shot. We're so lucky we even saw it to begin with. I didn't think he was that big. My best before was 185. We're gonna take some time and try to get a good trophy shot of that. Man, I was not ready for that. I'm actually quite proud of the way that this turned out. It's probably the best trophy shot I've ever taken of a bighorn, and it's our biggest at 188, which, again, walking up there, I actually thought it was another 160. But apparently that guy was just huge. But anyway, I think, especially after getting that, we're probably not going to top it. We're going to head down to the south and go after mule deer and elk for a while. We finally have a buck coming in after what's been a pretty slow start to the deer and elk portion of this hunt. I can't complain. Bighorn treated us really well, but I think I saw 3 different herds of does and a couple of female grizzly bears that I just kind of ignored. But that buck's not bad. There's another pretty small one walking over there. Let's worry about getting this guy taken down first. And at least we're actually getting somewhere now as far as that goes. And I mean, it's going to happen. We're over an hour into this hunt, just hunting bighorn. So naturally things are going to get kind of spread out from where they would normally be. But this guy is 159 actually. Pretty average, I would say. We're definitely moving in the right direction with this guy. He's got a couple of deductions that are really keeping his score down. The estimate's 160 to 185. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like low 180s. But he definitely has a short main beam and a short back tine over there. So I don't know what that's going to do to his total. But he's getting in here to bow range. I'd like him to stop, but frontal shots moving usually aren't too bad, so rather than have him walk underneath us, we'll just kind of take that there. And at least nothing around here is going to know about that, so let's see what he ends up being. I can't see really much above like 182. Well, I guess that technically is above 182, but not a bad guess. So we're gonna go up to the next couple of tree stands, and then I'm hoping we start to get into elk territory a little bit, because we've seen, I mean, a couple of bucks that we've taken out now and the other one that we passed. So I'd like to see some elk as we're going along. I'm actually pretty certain this is the most Rocky Mountain elk I've seen in one area. Our only choice was to get up on this rock because they're all pretty much between us and the tree stand. But I think there's 4 different bulls around here. This guy would be the best one. I'm gonna get his estimate because I haven't actually spotted him. He's up to 415. I don't know what that buck is, but I think I see him. Get a quick look. That's actually tiny. And then there's this bull over here, which also isn't that special. So we may actually be able to get this bull without calling. If we call, we're gonna have elk all over us and send so many of them running. I don't know that we'll ever see another animal again, so let's see. This might not drop him. Oh, it did. I mean, they're still gonna go running, but like some of those bulls down there aren't running. The stuff up here is not gonna flee. That's gonna be better. So hopefully that's gonna allow us to still run into some more animals. That bull, actually both are still down there. They're not huge. That guy's got a good frame, but no back tines. I think, even though he's pretty decent, in the interest of trying to not just send everything else around here running, we're probably going to try to ignore him. And just because this guy has the 2 back tines, I think he's going to score pretty high. Doubling him there at 41 meters, 348, so definitely still the smaller frame, but not a bad bull. I'm not sure what's best here, but we'll try to navigate our way through still kind of spooked cow elk everywhere. Well, that is a little unfortunate. This is a place that we've shot some of our best deer on this map, including the 357 or whatever it was non-tip, so when I had a grunt near this blind, was kind of open for the best, but this dude has 0 chance of even topping 100 based on that estimate. But at least it's another buck, so can't complain at least about that part. Every bit of 81.9 for that guy, so not all that special. We're gonna up to this last lake here, and I think that's gonna be the last place we go to. At least I guess we're gonna have a decent balance of bull elk and mule deer bucks, because it looks like we're gonna be ending up with this guy. Probably one of the smallest ones I've seen in a while. But just for fun, figured we'd use the Mosin just once. And we actually have to go back to the trophy lodge for that bighorn, because that is definitely something that I don't expect to be topping in a while, and definitely our personal best. But we can't fast travel just yet, so I think we're going to try to run over there. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Alright, so we made it in here, and this is our old personal best bighorn, 185.7. That was shot coming up on 3 years ago, so it's been a while since we've got to replace that one, but we'll go to the small plaque. Should be the first thing up here. About a full 3 inches bigger. I don't think there's going to be really a visible difference, to be honest. They're probably very similar as far as like the shape and everything. I don't know if it would be that obvious, and putting it in the same pose, I don't really see any difference. Might be a little wider. I'm not even sure if that's a part of the score for bighorn, but still, it's good to add to this lodge. It's very rare that we get to do that these days, so that was definitely really cool to get as we were going along. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.